gonna stick to my guns on calling the first one kinda fucking janky. But I can't write off the series as a whole now, can I? Salutations Cinematicus, I'm Darkest101 and welcome back to the first day of Double Dip December. Now, if you didn't check out today's earlier review, you might want to go do that right now, because for the second time today, we'll be destroying all humans. You know, for a game called Destroy All Humans, none of the objectives in either the first game or this one is to destroy all humans. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Mildly inconvenience some humans wouldn't be as catchy a title. I mean, the title certainly wouldn't sell as many copies. Fuck it. Destroy All Humans 2. 10 years after the events of the first Destroy All Humans, the aliens from the first game, Pox and main character Crypto, are still on Earth, harvesting human brains and reperfecting the Furon gene sequence. Something Pox wants to remind everyone any chance he can get by reminding you the newest clone of Crypto comes all-inclusive with functioning Furon genitalia. Believe it or not, that is actually an important development for the Furon race. I'm not even kidding. The fact that our main protagonist now has a space dick is important. Oh god, now I have to resist the temptation in editing to create a space penis. I failed to resist the temptation. Look at it. Look at that space penis. Look at it in all its pixelated, turgid glory. You ever write something down, like in a message or in a story or in anything really? You write something down and then 10 minutes later you read it back and go, what the fuck was I thinking? I'm having that mental reassessment of my life. So the game is clearly as batshit as it was before, yes? Believe it or not, it's more so. I mean, that's clearly the case as shown by the space penis. I spent 20 minutes in Photoshop making this thing. I can shove it in your face all I goddamn want. You know, in the current social climate, a joke about me forcibly shoving a penis into your collective faces is probably a joke that a smart man would not make. Fuck it, in for a penny. It's going to be in the corner for the rest of the video now. Anyway, back to the batshit in Destroy All Humans 2, the game where free love is actually a game mechanic. No, seriously, whereas in the first game you could only influence a single human at a time with mind-altering powers, the addition of the free love mechanic forces the whole area to dance like they're a bunch of hippies who drank the bong water. Which, with everyone dancing, allows you to run right up to a tripped out NPC and body snatch them. And oh my shit, the body snatching is a much better mechanic than disguising in the previous game. Fucking Christ on a bike, I could fillet the man who came up with this idea. Like, seriously, all the convoluted bullshit you had to go through in order to disguise yourself in Destroy All Humans 1, that's been taken out. Now, it's as simple as running up to a human, mashing the triangle button, and then it's just, you've taken over that human's body. And the map will even show you the humans that you have to mind wipe in order to prevent the alert level from being increased. It is so much better! Heck, even if you just run away from the area you were just in without the alert level getting too high, people will just forget all about you anyway, which is pretty damn good to know that if you freak out an area, then the entire map won't just act hostile to you. And with the addition of this mechanic, this is something I love in games, by the way, contextual mechanics. Because not everybody you body snatch has the same abilities, or characters will react in different ways to certain bodies you body snatch. For example, certain characters won't talk to you if you're not body snatched as a character of a certain social circle. It is I fucking love contextual mechanics like that. It's cool. For example, you can only talk to certain characters if you're body snatched a human on a specific social class. All humans can access the telephones around the city to make a prank call here or there, but, and here is something I really fucking love, the police and special forces can use the phones to raise the alert level by 1 by calling for backup, but they can also clear the alert level entirely. You don't have to hide and wait for it to grow down with a group of omniscient humans running around. And no, Crypto refuses to change his voice, no matter who he's fucking disguised as. It's glorious. Something else about the game when it comes to humans is how useful it is to scan them. I mean, sure, it was funny in the previous games, and it was funny now, but with slightly bigger maps, reading human minds to find contextual clues about your objectives is a not only necessary, but easy mechanic to get the hang of. You can scan a human, find out what location they're talking about, and then correlate that location to your map in the pause menu. It is fucking cool! The larger maps add a whole new dimension of exploration and searching the whole new area you've been given, but commuting can be a bit of a trek, so now the flying saucer is a lot more useful. I didn't really talk about this in the previous game, did I? Well, that's probably because there wasn't really that much to tell. The saucer was kind of clunky, had no real vertical motion, save from when you flew up a hill, and was only really used as a waypoint or if there was a high-scale destruction to be done. Now, with a new saucer, however, you can manually adjust the height of your flight, cloak, and also abduct humans using Gene Splicer to help upgrade your psychokinetic abilities. The saucer can also pick up vehicles too and drain them of their energy as a way of healing itself. But the biggest improvement in this fucking game is the fact that you can summon the flying saucer to the landing zone you are at, rather than having to go to it. You have no fucking idea how much I wish that mechanic was in the first game. In the previous game, the landing zones were admittedly kind of pointless because the only way your saucer could get from one to the next was by flying it yourself, which if you needed your saucer in a pinch was kind of useless. You didn't even need them to end the missions, as you could just go to the start menu and select the return to mothership option. Now with that option removed, you have to travel between landing zones. However, only one landing zone is open and accessible whenever you start in a new area, so how do you unlock the rest of them? Why, you complete missions for the Furon god Arkvoodle, who I'm convinced is just the Furon god of fertility, considering that Crypto ends up creating a cult in his name who all worship the holder of the sacred crotch. Free love is apparently a universal concept. There's something all the hippies will be pleased to hear. The landing zone unlock missions are essentially just different tasks set by idols of Arkvoodle designed to appease the god, which can be kind of funny because essentially some of them just involve zapping the idol with electricity, some of them involve increasing the alert level, and there's one, in the current climate, it's kind of not okay, but at the same time, one of the idols just basically asked, "I want babes." I believe the exact terminology he used was, "I want bodacious babes." This game is set in the 60s. Heck, when it comes to side content, there's even collectible items in this game in the form of ancient weapon fragments, and there's a new game currency to be used in the upgrade shop, and oh my lord, this was my second favourite thing that was changed to the sequel apart from the body snatching. You no longer have to grind for additional currency in this game, you get them from completing objectives, and on top of that, you can find them scattered about the map. All of which makes upgrading your equipment a much less hassle-free task, especially considering you can upgrade your jetpack. Good lord, this was needed. Now Crypto can get some actual aerial mobility instead of looking like he just farted mid-jump. All in all, despite my original grievances I had with the previous Destroy All Humans, the sequel makes the changes that I would like to see out of a game like this. How many other developers take their first game, look at it and go, "We made a royal fucking mess, let's make that better," and actually do it? It's amazing. The weapons are more varied, the mechanics refined, the humour continues to be out there in just the right way, we have a story that continues on for the first one in a new and interesting way, and honestly, this is everything a sequel needs to be out of a game. Fix what's broken, refine what not, and leave what's already good. Fucking perfect sequel. I was fully prepared to be let down by this game. Kinda like the first one. Probably because of, the whole sequels are bad kind of thing in movies. forgetting that in video gaming, sequels aren't a quick cash grab. They are a chance for the game developers to prove they know what the fuck they're doing and that they can make a decent fucking game rather than just make the same crap a second time around. Fuck it, Destroy All Humans is a fantastic sequel and is a fantastic game in and of itself. That is why Destroy All Humans 2 gets a dark rating of 74.
These females are fly and off the hook.
Okay, so we had a bit of a bumpy start with Destroy All Humans 1, but I think we've ended the first day of Double December on a fucking high note. So, if you enjoyed today's reviews, then please let me know. Let me know your opinions on what you thought of the review. Please subscribe for more reviews in the future. And as always, I've been Darkest101. You have been watching Darkest101 Reviews. Thanks for watching. Happy fucking nightmares.